people who are sort of, forming images about you on social media or talking to you. Why did you do this? Why? How much attention do you pay to all of this?
I can't pay any attention, not because I think it's meaningless or I think that it's not worth a listen. But I think a lot of stuff on the social media is just.
Okay, there's like a whole jam here.
We love you too. I mean, you just hear and you just have to let go of it. Sometimes a very small thing is made out to be too big, which you're not even related to. And for a moment or two. But I guess now it's handled by, I have enough fans. I just write to them, come on, tell them it's not true.
So you sort of mobilize the armies.
I mobilize love.
Shah Rukh, when you're at a stage where when you make a decision to do a film, it sort of changes the ecosystem of that film, right? So it's so important what you commit to and what you don't commit to. So how much do you actually think through before you say yes or no? Or is it purely gut even now?
Purely gut.
Even now?
Purely gut, yeah. And that's why I say yes to a film and then my well-wishers and friends, they'll just turn over, you don't have to do this, yeah. Why are you doing this? Ye wali karna. And genuinely, it's not like I'm doing Anand's rifle now and everybody knows I'm a dwarf in it. And why would you be a dwarf? We like to see you like this only. And it's going to be very difficult. It'll be 6-8 months of hard work. And with my niece and VFX, and I've just gotten out of fan, which took the Mickey out of me. It was really difficult to do. I just do it by gut. Yeah. I don't have any calculation. There are days when a film doesn't fare as well as it I think can. Then I'm like, I have to calculate. But I can't do it here. I didn't do it in the beginning. I couldn't do it in the beginning. I can't do it now. When I started off, I think I was the right guy, the right place, right time maybe. Things just fell into place. A good director. I don't take credit for all of it. I'm just hoping it'll continue like that. And if you can be lucky once, you can keep on being lucky. Why be negative? If you got it right once.
For like 25 years. So I saw the graduation speech that you did at the Dhirubhai Ambani International School, and you talked about, I'm going to completely mess the pronunciation, that German word, Zugzwang. And you said it's being in a situation where you really think you'll never get out, and you're like, damn, I have to get out. And you said, ask me, I've just made Dilwale and then followed it up with Fan. And you said to the kids that, make a move. With a little bit of embarrassment, it'll pass.
Yeah.
And I thought it was an amazingly sorted way of handling things that didn't go the way you wanted them. Did it take a while to get to that place?
One, let me be very honest, because I'd said this to the kids, so I won't lie to them ever. There is no other alternative that you can have. If you failed, if you're in a spot which is, which is between the devil and the deep sea, and it goes wrong, there will be a little bit of embarrassment. Embarrassment is extremely a self-inflicted issue. The truth is really that not very many people are actually bothering about what's happening to you. Not very many people. So it is self-inflicted, but still it exists. Just because it's self-inflicted does not mean you don't feel embarrassed. Oh, with a little bit of embarrassment, it's a chess move, Zugzwang. And with a little bit of embarrassment, just do the thing, what came to your heart. If it went wrong, just move on. And I really believe that the only cure for failure at work is more work. The only cure for success at work is more work. So there is nothing else that you can do but bloody work. And that's the only cure I find. I know at this age, so many people, friends, they all turn around and say, Shah Rukh, what more do you want? You don't need to be in this hurry. You don't need to be in a hurry. I'm like, how do you know? Not the stardom, life itself. How do you know? How are you so confident I should not hurry? Suppose I'm not in a hurry and this ends. Will you make it happen? Turn it around, idiot. So don't take a chance. In life, in relationships, in love, don't take a chance. Yeah, just do what needs to be done And sometimes if it goes wrong, you got to move on. I would tell all children, every failure, build it up, keep it next to you, move on from it, but don't forget it. Just move on from it, but don't forget it. Let it be something, a reminder of how you felt for those days. Uh, Let it teach you, let it make you remember that, oh, I didn't like that feeling. And if you hate failure hard enough, then you won't fail.
I've seen you talk about things I've said 15 years ago. You still remember lines people have written about you. Don't you think somewhere that's just holding on to stuff that you don't need to? I mean, isn't that like negative?
No, 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 no.
No?
No, I think I'm an extremely positive person. As a matter of fact, I think I'm so positive and polite that people may think of me or take it as a weakness. A lot of people do. I think just because I keep quiet and I overlook things, even in my departments of work, which I should be looking maybe more carefully at. My strength is the fact that I am so frail, and I know it. All of us are. Yes, I don't stand in judgment for sure. Yes, like any human being, I'll get angry with people, get disturbed, or have a thought that, "Ah, this is not right." And yes, when you wrote what you wrote, I held it against you because I thought that was unfair. But fair and unfair after some time, from whose point of view? You're a journalist, you're a writer, you did your job thinking that was the best line you could come up with. I said, but that's not it. I felt closer to her than this. She could have given me that much leeway. Whatever. But I don't hold it against you anymore. And that wasn't a failure. That wasn't a failure that I would hold the scar. When you talk about the scars and when I talk about the scars, are of your own doing. You're running a race and you're not prepared enough for it and you lose it. You got to hold it dear and know that, I need to prepare more. It's as much as that. There's nobody who understands what it takes sometimes to be really down and out and wave 1,000 people with the same smile. And I don't want to act that time. I can do that in the movie, a fake smile I can do. But I don't want to do that to people who love me. And there are days when you're really happy. And there's nobody to seriously share it with because nobody understands how happy it is to get the expression right, which is actually for a brief moment in time on celluloid. There's nobody to, I did that nod, yeah. God, that whole scene just now when we finished the song. The cameraman Mohanan came and the director came and Anushka came and so nice, it was so nice. And quickly they got it over with because I know they also don't have this to share it with anyone else. And if you're an actor and have been doing it for 25 years, sometimes it seemed like really stupid and mundane to be saying, Aryan, I got that, yeah, Baba, that's your job. I mean, really, you're getting so excited. But you do well, right? Yeah, good. Like this. So I don't know how to share that moment of happiness. And I don't know how to really sit down and explain this is what I feel about a film, in spite and despite of what people write about it, or think about it, or thought about it, or analyzed about it. This is what I felt when it went wrong as an actor. Because nobody understands that. Maybe a co-actor does. So sometimes I end up.
So do you share?
I think for so many years, I have kept things to myself that I have stopped sharing. I'm still caring, but I've stopped sharing.
That's just a default mode now.
Yeah, because I just feel it'll pass, it'll just move on, and I need to keep it within myself. And it's not just the failure, it's sometimes the sad parts, the good parts. Not being able to explain to people where you are seeing the world from, it's not such a fucking special place.
It is.
It's not really, yeah. It's not.
Shah Rukh, there are women here standing and waiting. There's a whole line of people up there. What do you mean it's not?
Yeah.
God, like what a big problem, right?
No, and thing is that perhaps they don't even know me. I mean, I really, sometimes I want to sit everyone down and say, listen, if you got to know me, maybe you won't like me at all. You don't know me. A lot of people say to me, I'd like my son to be like you. A lot of actresses have told me, I want to grow up and be like you. And I say, please don't wish for that. Because you don't know me how it is to be me, unless you spend time with me, be with me and realize, really, yeah, I mean, this is okay. I mean, the highest point in his life is catching Pikachu, a Pokemon, when we think he must be having the most exciting night, people, on right? Whoa, he must be having a gala time in Amsterdam, partying away. I'm sitting in a car in a cold place and trying to catch Pikachu. That's the highest point in my life. I'm not cribbing. It's great to be a movie star and it's great to be in my position. And then you get so used to people loving you for so long. So if somebody doesn't love you, it's like, what? Why you don't love me? How? How is that me? And you realize
On the best things in sliced bread.
And you're like, yeah, everybody's not supposed to love you, fool. That's what you keep claiming. You're a normal guy. Then why are you behaving abnormal? But not in this case. You gotta love me. Everybody loves me. So it's a difficult place to be. I'm completely living in a bubble. I love my bubble. I'm okay being within it, and I just can't explain my bubble to everyone. And if I
So,
say
so
to someone,
maybe you and Amir and Salman should sit down because you're the only three who have experienced this.
actually, we've never spoken about superstardom.
About how famous you guys are.
No, no. Sometimes how we can make a difference working together. But those are only the good things. We speak a lot of dirty shit also. I'm
I can imagine.
I'm joking. I didn't say this about Amir. Okay, Amir, good boy. But the other day I was sitting with Salman and I just walked in. Me and my son got to see him. And late night. And he said something. He said, you know what? Suddenly I just walked in. He said, kya lucky hum lag yaar. God has given us so much. At our ages, people are readying themselves for retirement. Or at our stages, or what we've seen, gone through here. You guys are really fortunate. Chal, let's have a drink. But I realized that when he's saying something like that, it has a strange amount of familiarity. And how grateful we are. I know a lot of people, my friends, my family, they turn around and say, Shah Rukh, you got to be grateful, man. God has been so kind to you. I can't explain to them the gratefulness I feel. But I understand when Salman says it. But I'll be very honest. In the line of work we are, if you're not late sleepers like me and Salman sometimes, you hardly get time to meet each other. And if you do meet too often, then people say maybe you're having a relationship. And this is one last rumor I want with Salman that I'm having a relationship. That's the only thing left now. But yeah, it's fun when we sit down. I do take time out to go, and he takes the time out. Ahmed, when he's working, he's extremely proper. No, but just and also then we don't meet him too often. But yeah, I spent that evening with him. Tim Cook evening with him. That was nice. There was I think I've said it in your book before. I think Sonny Liston. He's the one Muhammad Ali beat first time. So he wasn't very articulate. He was like, yo. And suddenly Muhammad Ali came on the scene where he was, flying like a butterfly, stinging like a bee, and so beautiful, on the grid. And he was like really talking, walking, handsome. And here was the other boxer who was a world champion, but he just spoke so little. He just grunted once in a while. And then one day, they spoke with him and they asked him, did you feel that he used to speak so much and that got people liking him more? You're Sonny Liston, and there were a lot of controversies in that fight. And he said, when sometimes to people so much has happened in life that you don't find words enough to articulate them. I come from that life. I still do the same forward flip over the sofa for my third child now. I play the same game. I go and buy the same toy. I'm doing the same stuff. She was saying it the other day in the night. He's only doing this. And I've been doing this for 25 years. I'm still doing the forward flip. Even now after 25 years. And maybe I'd like to believe with different nuances. That's why I'm asking.
My flip has different nuances now.
My forward flip has a different nuance. Maybe that. I'm just plain lucky. And, you don't need talent to last 25 years. You're not taking me away from here. Please take me away from here. And you can keep on. It could have been more talented, sure. It could have been better looking, yeah. It could have been taught, yeah. It could have been stronger, yeah. But it's me, so. Na.